recorded live.
Welcome to Rich Bernardo's Crazy Insane Radio, episode number 1. Ha ha ha.
At the Queen Mother's feet. I'm as nutty as a fruitcake. I'm crazy.
Hurt somebody else to be, I'm going to get hurt too. Which is what happened this last time. We don't get any peace of mind if I don't get revenge.
I'm as nutty as a fruitcake. I'm crazy. Tell you what, those people always start second guessing any type of mentality, and it'd be just like them to have something worse planned, you know.
When I wrecked the truck, I was thinking that my doctor I finally tried to commit suicide, but I don't believe I did. I was just driving fast on gravel road.
Let's face it, I don't exactly conduct my life according to what society deems acceptable, now do I?
I suddenly got this evil little urge just to drive right into the front of his office. And I did it. I'm as nutty as a fruitcake. I'm crazy. I took a rag and I stuck it down my gas. Yeah. And then I pulled it out and I went in there and I laid it on the bed and I lit a match. Didn't take much more. I pulled the doors out of the chest and I laid them on the bed. And that's how I got started. Did you see it?
I really don't think I'll lose any more precious sleep than I already lose with the illness. I won't lose any of it. To worrying about what they think about me. I mean, you can never second guess these characters as far as the future. There's one thing you can't accuse me of. It's being dull or stupid. Really shouldn't mess with me. Bow down, grovel at the Queen Mother's feet.
Last time I got this evil little urge just to drive right into the front of his office. I did it. Evil little urge. Evil little urge.
Sadistic little evil Satan gang. Sadistic little evil Satan gang. Unfortunately, the world is overrun with subhumans. Really shouldn't mess with me. Really shouldn't mess with me. But I'm as nutty as a fruitcake. I'm crazy. Consideration that you really shouldn't mess with me. You shouldn't play games with me because in the long run, on an intelligence level, there's no context here, darling. None. None at all. When it comes to evil, you got me hands down. Don't mess with me. You shouldn't play games with me. Unfortunately, the world is overrun with subhumans. Get to Newark Thursday evening or Thursday night. So look for Uncle Martin Thursday night to come by. Okay, have Grandma and Grandpa. Don't forget, tell Aunt Grace Uncle Martin's coming Thursday. Okay, Ann. Love you. Bye.
And on that note, we will go to a commercial break and have a word from our sponsors. Now, this weekend, at all Tripleplex Theaters, terrifying double feature. I Was a Teenage Cannibal and Diary of a Mad Drag Queen. Warning, in this special unedited edition, no one will be seated during the terrifying cross-dressing sequence. Opening Friday at a local theater. hear you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our random telephone call segment. I was.
Well, he said, okay, you know, and then just a minute ago he called me back, and he was cussing and raving, and he said, tell that little son of a bitch to leave me alone, and I'll fucking leave him alone. I said, I'm going to switch his ass, but I'm going to get you in that.
Oh, God.
She said, no, I'm not going to kill him, I'm going to whip his ass, I'll just grab him with it.
He did. And that was our random telephone call sample. And now, another word from our sponsors. Stop by Grifty's for that super deluxe Ultra Burger. And don't just make it a double. Make it a double, double, double. This week's only special. Now, coming to a theater near you, Revenge of the Statue of the Buddha. See orgiastic, wanton abandon from monks whose desires have so long been suppressed that they explode on the screen in sensual fury and sensual surround. We're going to have a commercial break, a word from our sponsors. And now, available at last on CD, available in all music stores. Country music hits. She was a frustrated woman. He was a Indian with the skin disease left leg. And the classic. A slice of bread, a slice of ripple, and now beneath the overpass. And who can forget the all-time hit, Little Yonderly, in all her glory? Ah, but keeping with the times, with these technological times, there's the timely hit. I had a flat on the information superhighway late last night. And now it's time for OSAR's and CRZY's roving weather helicopter report from the chopper above, letting us know what the weather's about. And here's your classic weather jingle. Whether or not you believe in the weather or not, the eyes have it. Yes, we have weather watchers, people. They go outside, and with their eyes, they look up at the sky to see if the sun's out. They look up at the sky to see if it's raining. And by God, they look up at the sky to see if it's cloudy. The eyes of OSAR will inform you daily whether or not you believe in the weather or not. The eyes have it. And remember, anytime, all time, every time you want to know what the weather is, just tune in to CRZY or OSAR.
Talk shoes. Recorded live.
Now, I must turn to a more serious matter. It's time for Interviews or Us. And today, I, Hugh Millerson, am going to interview Dr. Derrickson. He was Apron head psychiatrist. And we're going to get Dr. Derrickson's insight. And after that, we're going to have the hillbilly psychiatrist from Flattown. He's going to offer his psychoanalysis of Apron Head, his determination of what went wrong and why. But first, let's talk to Dr. Derrickson. Dr. Derrickson, exactly what's your assessment of Apron Head?
Well, obviously the child was clinically depressed. I think he had a neurosis. There was a neurotic aspect, and at the same time, he slipped over into absolute, complete psychotic behavior. Hence, the homicidal act on the owner, the president of the paper doll factory. And then the self-immolation, when Apron Head doused himself with gasoline and then lit himself. There was this incredible destructive act. He wanted to go out with a bang. He wanted to go out big. He wanted attention, and he got the media attention. The catastrophic debacle with the paper doll factory burned down and all those poor people out of work. And even more disturbing than all of this is the psyches of all the little children who bought the flashy paper dolls. Now they're going to be impacted by this terrible, dreadful act. I fear that the flashy paper doll is forever tainted. I fear that these young kids will just forever be traumatized by the fact that the inventor and developer of the flashy paper doll turned into a homicidal, suicidal, what can you say? What else can I say? It's beyond words almost.
Well, thank you, Dr. Derrickson. I can see this is a difficult time for you as it is for all of Murgatroyd. The loss of the paper doll factory. I worked there as a youth directly across from Vincini Cosmetics. The loss of the paper doll factory will have a tremendous economic impact on the area. Fortunately, there are plans, as all of our listeners are familiar with. Fudiki Hiramoto, the Japanese business magnate, has made plans to reopen the paper doll factory, and there will be new jobs brought to Murgatroyd. So at least we have all of that to look forward to. In the meantime, again, I want to thank you, Dr. Derrickson, for your knowledge and insight into Apronhead's psychological state at the time of the atrocity. Now we're going to turn to our hillbilly psychiatrist who drove in from Flattown just to be with us this morning. I want to greet you, Dr. Flips here. Glad to meet you. Glad to have you here in our studio. Well, nice to be here. I had a nice drive down to Sawmill City. It's off the Assault Freeway. I didn't have too much trouble finding this studio here. Nice to meet you. Anyway, you asked me what I thought of Apronhead. I'll put it in a nutshell. I think the child was nutty as a fruitcake. I mean, they went to his apartment. What did they find? A shrine to JFK. He had pictures of Kennedy on the ceiling. He had pictures of Kennedy on the wall. Hell, there was Marilyn Monroe bigger than Dallas. A poster, a 6-foot-tall poster of her right next door to JFK. And what do you have on the VCR? One Marilyn Monroe movie right after the other. I don't know if the child watched them over and over. Hell, that might be what drove him crazy. It's like he was obsessed with Kennedy. He worshipped Marilyn Monroe, and obviously he was obsessed with this little paper doll thing. If I'd been able to get him in my office and spend more time with him, I believe I could have gotten into the depths, into the bowels of Apronhead's minds. What can I say? It's a done deal now. He's gone. There's nothing left but ashes. Well, I think there might have been some charred remains, but what can I say? The Dr. Derrickson has not so eloquently already said, I mean, all of Flattown and Murgatroyd are traumatized by this thing, and hell, we may be weeks or months getting over it. But I'll say this. It's been good for business. My cell phone has been ringing off the hook since this damn thing started. And half the ones calling me used to work at the paper doll factory. Now they're out of a job thanks to Apronhead. Well, fortunately, if this Hiramoto thing comes through and they reopen the paper doll factory, it'll put everybody back to work. It'll stimulate our economy, as they say. And all this trouble and trauma has definitely stimulated my economy. I think all you kind listeners out there, if any of y'all want to come by for a 30-minute session, I got a comfortable couch. The coffee pot's always on. All you got to do is call. I can't give you my number on the air. Just pick up the phone book. I'm Dr. Flips. You're over in Flattown, and my office is easy to find.
Talk shoes. Recorded live.
Good evening. Welcome to TRZY News with Hugh Millitson. And we take you now to the House Senate hearing into the Vincini Cosmetics Corporation. And we see there Senator Quint will take you live to the hearing. Judy Vincini, you are the owner and CEO of Vincini Cosmetics. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's me.
Allow me, Miss Vincini, to get right to the point. Did you, in fact, insert a low-level, slow-acting acid into the Vincini face cream without the assembly line workers or even the retail consumers who purchase your product from being aware of this?
I think that was the other me. There's the Miss.
Yes, Judy Vincini.
Mr. Miss Judy Vincini, cosmetic store owner, and then there's Judy Vincini, the damaged consumer.
Well, Judy, right at this moment in our hearing, we're talking to you, the owner and CEO of the Cosmetic Corporation. Is it a fact that your company, the Vincini Cosmetic Company, is in fact being taken to court in a class action lawsuit brought by thousands of women nationwide who bought and used the tainted face cream?
Yes, they bought it, and I assume that they used it.
And now your company is being sued for that.
Well, yes, that's what they tell me.
Judy, how can you in good conscience sit there and admit that you did something like that?
Well, I don't know who exactly did that. You're talking to Miss Vincini, the CEO, the owner and director of this cosmetics firm. But the other person, that person that I can't control that comes out when I'm not looking, I think she did it. I really can't remember.
Miss Vincini, is it not true that at a certain point in time your face was injured in an accident some years ago?
Yes, that's true.
Well, I'm going to yield the floor to another congressman, and I'm sorry, Ms. Vincini, at this point I have no further questions. Hugh Millicent, back from the Senate hearings into the Vincini Cosmetics. In a totally unrelated story, Vincini Cosmetics was once again the focus of news reports. Shumiko Hiramoto, the daughter of Japanese business magnate Fudiki Hiramoto, was the near victim of the Murgatroyd serial killer. She was walking to her car on the Vincini Cosmetics parking lot when an as yet unidentified assailant attacked her. She managed to escape the assault, essentially unharmed, but everyone left at the scene by the perpetrator. Evidence left there would seem to link the assailant to the other recent unsolved homicides of young women in the Murgatroyd area. And that's CRZY News Bulletin, and we'll be back later. Thank you and good night.